You are 23, Birmingham, England. Broke in the specific way that means you know exactly how much is in your account at every moment of the day because the number is small enough to memorize. £9.43. You know it the way you know your own birthday. You are sleeping on a pull-out sofa in your cousin Jerome's flat. Jerome has a 2-bedroom and a girlfriend who has never once looked at you directly. You take up space they did not plan for, and everyone is too polite to say it out loud. Christmas dinner at your Aunt Patricia's. 12 people around a table, built for 8. You are wedged between the radiator and a stack of quality street tins nobody has opened yet. You bring a bottle of Fanta because it is what you can afford, and you set it on the table like it is wine. Nobody says anything about the Fanta. Your Uncle Raymond holds court at the head of the table. Car dealership in Solihull. 3 properties. A watch that costs more than your rent would cost if you were paying rent. He has an opinion about everything, and the volume to back it up. He looks at you across the turkey. Still doing that computer stuff? He says it the way people say it when they mean, when are you going to do something real? You say yes. He nods slowly, like a man absorbing disappointing news. Then your grandfather, Granddad Joseph, 71 years old, retired bus driver, a man who has owned the same 4 jumpers for 15 years and sees no reason to change that. He is sitting quietly at the corner of the table eating his dinner and not performing for anyone. After the meal, while everyone else is loud in the living room, he finds you in the kitchen washing up. He puts his hand on your shoulder and squeezes once. Then he says 5 words so quietly you almost miss them over the water running. I know what you are. Not what you will be, not what you could be, what you are. Present tense, like the thing is already true, and he is the only one in the room who can read it. You go back to Jerome's sofa that night and lie there in the dark with £9.43 in your account and those 5 words sitting in your chest like something warm. You do not sleep for a long time, not from worry, from something that feels closer to certainty. You get the job. Junior analyst at a consultancy in the city, £25,000 a year, barely a life after tax. But it arrives on the same day every month, and that regularity feels like a miracle, after years of nothing being reliable. You call your mother from the car park. She goes quiet, and then she exhales. Oh, thank God, she says. I was starting to think. She does not finish the sentence. You hear what she was starting to think, in the gap where the words should be. You file it away. Your cousin Kyle says must be nice, with his mouth full, before you have even sat down at the next gathering. You do not know what he means yet. You will. Your grandfather finds you after dinner. He is wearing the same green jumper. He presses a folded 20 into your hand. For the commute, he says. You try to give it back. He closes your fingers around it. Let me, he says, while I still can. The whole family is already calculating what your salary means for them. He is the only one still trying to give you something. A promotion crosses 6 figures for the first time. The number gets out. Your mother mentions it at church. By Sunday, it has lapped the whole family. At the next gathering, you are seated differently. Not at the back near the kitchen, at the table, with the adults. No ceremony. No acknowledgement of the decade you spent filed under the one we are not sure about. The chair is just there, as if it was always so. Raymond finds you by the drinks. 6 figures, he says. Not bad. He was not interested in you at £9. He is very interested in you at £100,000. You note the exchange rate. Your Aunt Patricia calls that same week, needs £200 for something she does not quite explain. You say yes before she has finished asking, because you are still new to having, and you think this is what having is for. You transfer it that evening. You will not see it again. Your grandfather calls 2 days later. He does not mention the money. He asks if you are eating. He asks if you are sleeping. He asks if the work is what you thought it would be. Nobody else has asked you any of those things since the number changed. After you hang up, you sit in your car in a Sainsbury's car park and think about the difference. Patricia needed something from you. Granddad just wanted to know how you were. Same phone, different call entirely. A side project gets acquired, £500,000 in a single transaction. The family rearranges itself overnight. You stop being a person at gatherings. You become an announcement. Raymond introduces you to people as my nephew, the one I was telling you about. He was not telling anyone about you at £9. The requests from family change shape. They get bigger and they arrive faster. At £25,000, they asked for small things. At £500,000, they are asking for roofs, cars, debt. The cousin who has a business idea he has been sitting on for years. The aunt who knows a guy who knows a guy. And they all arrive with the same 5 words attached. It is nothing to you. As if saying that out loud removes your right to think about it. As if the size of your account cancels your right to decide what leaves it. The smaller the ask looks next to your balance, the harder it becomes to say no without looking like the problem. They are not using your generosity against you. They are using your wealth against your right to choose. You pay some. You decline some. The ones you decline never forget it. The ones you pay forget it in 3 weeks. Exactly 3 weeks. You start counting. Your grandfather calls on Sundays, same time every week. He asks how you are. He listens like what you are saying actually matters, and not like he is waiting for his turn. You start picking up before the second ring. There is a new family group chat. The first message is not hello. It is a request with 3 paragraphs attached and your name at the end. You are not in a chat. You are standing at the front of a queue. Jerome, the same cousin whose sofa you slept on at £9.43, slides a business plan across the table. Laminated. A logo from Fiverr. A revenue projection built on the best possible version of everything. He wants £40,000. You have a proper agreement drawn up, repayment schedule, signature line. He signs it like you have accused him of something. We are family, he says, like the paperwork is the insult and not the asking. You start saying no to some things. The day you start saying no is the day you become the villain. Money changed you, from 2 different aunts and a cousin you personally bailed out. Here is the thing nobody tells you. You did change. You learned to do the maths out loud. The love did not curdle. The love was always conditional. The money just walked into the room and turned the lights on. Your grandfather is 81. He calls on Sunday. He tells you about the allotment, a particular variety of tomato he has been trying to grow for 3 years, that has finally taken. He is more pleased about this than you have been about anything in months. You find yourself genuinely happy for him and his tomatoes. It is the only conversation you have had recently that is not about money in some direction, not acquiring it, not distributing it, not defending it. Just a man and his tomatoes, and you on the other end of the phone, actually listening. You stop attending every gathering, so the family finds a way around your absence. Your mother becomes the go-between. Every request reaches you through her first, softened, pre-explained, delivered with, I told them I would just ask, that is all. As if routing it through her removes the awkwardness of the asking. You buy your parents a house. 4 bedrooms, good area. The kind of house your father used to point at from the car window when you were small. They are grateful for a month. Then the comparisons begin. The neighbors drive cars your parents cannot match. The street has an unspoken standard they were not warned about. You bought them everything they said they wanted and accidentally delivered them into a new set of people to feel behind. The gift became a daily reminder of everything they still do not have. You cannot buy people out of that feeling. It lives deeper than any house you could give them. Your grandfather calls on Sunday. He tells you about the allotment. He asks if you are sleeping. The only conversation in your week that is not a transaction. At £100 million, the lawyers become the first layer of everything. Before any family member can ask you for anything, it goes through legal review first. Contracts, non-disclosure agreements, Documentation that has to be signed before conversations can even happen. An in-law has to sign an NDA just to attend dinner at your home. She signs it faster than she has ever sent a birthday card. No hesitation, no offense taken, just a signature and a smile and she is through the door. You mention it to your solicitor the next morning. He does not look up from the page. Everyone at this level does this with family, he says. Especially family. Especially. Not despite being family. Because of it. The people closest to you become the ones you paper against first, because at this level the people who love you also know the most about you. And knowledge at this level has a price attached whether anyone says so out loud or not. Your grandfather is 87. He does not travel well anymore. You go to him instead. The kitchen, the kettle, the 4 jumpers on the peg by the door. He makes tea. He does not make a fuss. He just makes tea. Same table from 30 years ago. Same chairs. He talks to you like you are just a person he happens to love, with no premium attached to the number behind your name. You stay for 4 hours. On the way home, you pass the flat above the laundrette, where you sat at 2 in the morning on a cracked laptop, teaching yourself things nobody could see the point of. You are not sad. You are just taking inventory. Your grandfather collapses at his allotment on a Tuesday morning. His neighbor finds him between the tomatoes. You leave a meeting mid-sentence. Private room. Best consultants. Whatever is needed. You have £1 billion, and you point every piece of it at one old man in a hospital bed, and you learn the thing money spends a lifetime hiding from you. It does everything, and it changes nothing that actually matters. The best it buys is a better room to be frightened in. You are there for 4 days. You sit beside the bed and you talk. He tells you about the tomatoes. He asks if you have been sleeping. He holds your hand at one point and his grip is still stronger than you expected. On the 4th day, he says something that stops you. I used to worry you would let them make you small, he says. The ones who could not see it. You ask when he stopped worrying. A long time ago, he says. You never let them. That was always the thing. He goes home on Saturday. He insists. You drive him yourself. At his front door, he looks at you the way he has always looked at you. Like he is checking something, and whatever he finds is always satisfactory. See you Sunday, he says. Same as always. You host the family. All of them. A table long enough for every person you have ever shared a meal with. Raymond is there. Older. The dealership sold. He has a role in the family office you gave him, so he would never have to ask. He is warm to you now, in a way he was not capable of at the beginning. Money did not change him exactly. It changed the maths between you, and the maths changed everything else. Your grandfather is there. 93 years old. He takes the seat beside you. Not at the head. Beside you. He does not look around the room at the size of it. He sits down, unfolds his napkin, and asks if you have been sleeping. Same question. 30 years. Never changed. Someone gives a speech. Your name several times. Your achievements listed. The table applauds. Your grandfather does not applaud. He is eating his dinner and looking at you the way he has always looked at you. Not at the number. At you. After dinner, while everyone else moves to the other rooms, he stays at the table. You stay with him. He reaches into his jacket pocket, the green one. Always the same green. He sets something on the table between you. A scratch card. Unscratched. £2. From the newsagent on his street. Go on then, he says. I have been buying one every Christmas since that first one, he says. Never told you. Just scratched them myself at the kitchen table. Kept the losing ones in a box. Why, you ask? Because someone had to keep betting on you, he says. Might as well be me. You scratch the card at the table in the room that costs more than everything he has ever owned combined. It loses. He nods like he expected that. Never about the winning, he says. The party goes on in the other rooms. The family rearranged as it has always rearranged itself around whatever number you currently represent. And here at the table, the one person who has never once seen a number when he looks at you. I know what you are. He knew before any of the money. He has never needed the money to confirm it. He is still here. That is the whole miracle. At every level he was still here. Same question, same jumper, same call on Sunday. Everyone else moved, closer or further, warmer or cooler, louder or quieter. He has not moved an inch. Money does not change you. It changes everyone around you. But not everyone. Not him. Drop a comment and tell me who in your life has never changed, no matter what you achieved. I read every single one. And if this stayed with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. It genuinely encourages us to keep making content like this. See you in the next one.